Alrighty, everybody, this is Jose. Welcome to episode 2. Oh, let me turn that off. Of my Direwolf20 server play Let's Play. And I know I mentioned something on one of my last episodes that I've kind of gone back on. I said I was going to be doing my world or my house building here online. I've kind of chosen to do it off camera here because this house that I've built, I did a lot of the planning and actually, I did most of the planning off camera on a single player world, and so when I built this, I basically just copied the single player build over to this, and so I figured that that would make for very fun content. And I know from my own sort of experience that it's not very fun to watch people build. So there's not much building left to do here, but there was some stuff that I wanted to get started on here on this episode. Or here on this world, rather, and this episode felt like a good time to get started on it all, just so that I can make some progress on the server without leaving you guys out of it. So I haven't finished with the house. There are going to be two very tall smelteries here, and they're going to go all the way up and out of the top of the house. But I don't have the resources quite yet for the entire smeltery. That's part of what I'll be working on today. I also plan on working on moving over the stuff from the other house over here into here, and lighting some stuff up in here. And I want to finish my house, but the issue that I'm going to run into is that I need a little more cyan wool, and I brought these sheep over here and dyed them, but I came to the realization here just a minute ago that this grass is not the kind of grass that they will be willing to eat. So I will not have any success as far as having them regrow their wool for me, which is pretty vital. So what I'm going to work on some Tinker's Constructs tools today, and I have everything that I'm going to need, I believe, to make a Silk Touch shovel. So I'll grab some grass from somewhere else and plant a nice big field of it over here, and have these sheep go ahead and regrow their wool so that I can finish everything here. So I have gotten the Batmorph, and I've been using it just a little bit. It was really nice for building this area out, for example. So we'll take a look at the house from the outside, since we're going to be here. Let me go ahead and take care of a few of these mobs. Oh yeah, and I'm also on TeamSpeak. Let me go ahead and unmute that.
Microphone activated.
What's up? Marks, are you there? I guess Mark's left.
User in your channel timed out.
Ah, that's the problem, I guess. So, let's go ahead and see if I can take care of some of these mobs.
Sound muted. Microphone muted. Sound muted.
Sorry, I'm not sure what that is.
Sound resumed.
There we go.
Microphone activated.
Sorry, I'm experiencing some TeamSpeak macro problems, I guess. What are you wearing? Is that a helicopter? So, Sky Crane. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Slightly. So, okay, so now that we have cleaned up a few of the mods out here, I will take that. Oh, that was a mistake. Might as well kill you guys, since you're just going to follow me over to my old house anyways. Well then, I'm not exactly sure what good that does me. With you right here either. Well, let me kill this zombie. I'm also going to have to kill this peck forager, because if I don't, then he will try to steal all my stuff when I break my grave. Go ahead and put this back on. Put my Feast amulet back on. Cool beans. Reclaim my XP a little bit. I did have 45 levels, but I don't really care. So that's actually my second death on the server. First death, there was a hungry node over in this direction, and I didn't know. And so, of course, it ate me alive, and that was pretty sad. But I was able to get my stuff back. I didn't lose anything. I just had to kind of cleverly get back to my grave without everything being sucked up by it, but it wasn't that bad. Let me see here. So, aside from that little mishap, if you will, I'm actually starting to need a new pick and a new sword, and it looks like that's part of why it's such a good time to go ahead and look into making the Tinker's tools that I was talking about. So, we will go ahead and do that. I've got a few time lapses that I'll be throwing in here as well. There should be a time lapse up for me starting to dig out this farm, and another time lapse for when I dug out, and by dug out I actually mean cut down an entire mega rubber tree sapling from MFR. That was, excuse me, goodness, that was a fun little task that I did. So I went ahead and recorded it just to sort of have you guys still be able to see everything that kind of went on there, because it was pretty fun to do. And I figured it would be a fun way to kind of keep you guys included. So let me see. I do have a lot of lack of space right now. We'll just go and put anything I can't really fit with me in here, and go ahead and change out of morph, because it is about time we get into normal mode. So this is some of the stuff that I've gotten from mining here, and it's gotten pretty nice and advanced as far as some of the stuff goes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a quartz grindstone. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get one of these going so that I can be a little more efficient here with my resources. 3 stone, 2 cobble. 3 Certus quartz, which is here. So we'll go ahead and craft up one of these quartz grindstones. They are basically an early game method of doubling your ores, or rather, it's not quite doubling. It's a 90% chance that you will double your ores, which is a very good chance. I'd say it's worth it. So you know, that's kind of going to be a nice little addition that we're going to go and take care of. And we already made the wooden crank, which we have to put on top to grind things up. And at this point, hello, friend.
I'm so irritated.
About?
YouTube right now.
Oh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I cannot upload that video because of the file format.
Oh. That's annoying.
Yes. So the only way I can upload it is by uploading it through iMovie to YouTube and then going in and changing all the information after it's posted.
Oh my.
Very disappointing.
So in order to make the... There we go. In order to go ahead and make the tool forge from Tinker's Construct, I'm going to need 36 ingots of any sort, and I've got plenty of iron, so I'll just go and use 36 ingots of iron to make 4 blocks and make the tool forge and get the tool forge on its way. And then I can make some of the nice advanced tools like a hammer, an excavator, and some other stuff. So I've actually already picked up a few seared bricks from, let me see, where are they? Here we are. Picked up a few seared bricks from a village nearby, and I have everything I need to make some grout. Or, actually, no, I don't. I used to. I actually used all my sand. I mined up a lot of sand, and I've actually used it all for glass, which is sad. I picked up, like, almost 5 stacks of sand. Like, it was a lot. I also died while you were gone. So are you using iMovie to upload this time?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully this will be enough sand and stuff to get me going with this smeltery, because I don't want to do this again. I don't like having to mine up sand. It's kind of annoying. Let me turn my heater off. I'm getting pretty warm.
Well, pretty cold
There we
here.
go. Well, I've got the little space heater, and it was okay earlier when the door was open, but now that the door's shut, it's getting a little bit toasty. It's getting just a little bit tostitos. There we go. That's going to be a stack of grout, and that should be plenty. So we will... You know what? I think I've got some aluminum somewhere. That's 32, so we'll go ahead and just use aluminum, and we'll go ahead and sit here and finish grinding up this iron, which is going to take a long time, so brace yourself, this is going to be fun. And Mark, you're talking about the video for the footage from my camera, right?
The what?
You're talking about the video from the footage from my camera, right? That's the video that's not uploading?
Yes. I'm in the process of uploading, and then I'm gonna fix all the fucking tags.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it did hashtag iMovie. I made this movie in hashtag iMovie. That's what it says as the title, name, and description.
No thanks. Whether or not I did is not any of your business, and I don't want you putting that there. Let's see how this is coming.
And he's just a... Yeah, give me like... Can you guys wait like 10 minutes? Awesome.
33. Okay, so 2 more pieces of iron or gravel. Hopefully.
Sound muted.
37. Very cool. So now I guess I will grab this other furnace I've got. Where did I put it? I put it up here, didn't I? Yep. And I have got one more piece of coal coke. You know what? I'll just go ahead and use 5 pieces of normal coal. It'll be fine. So I do apologize that things were a bit of a mess here as far as in this vicinity. I'm just a little bit cramped for space while I am in the middle of moving. So while this is getting pretty close, I actually, you know what? I just remembered. I'm gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 17. Let's go ahead and grab another 9 pieces and go ahead and start with it because I just remembered something a little bit more urgent that I'm gonna need, and that is a source of lava for the smeltery. It's gonna be pretty important that we have that taken care of. So there's a lava pool, as you can see on the mini-map, just barely to the east is a lava pool. So I'm going to take this drum that I'm making right now, or fixing to make, and go ahead and get that taken care of.
Sound resumed.
I want to grow all of my own food.
You want to do everything to start.
Like, I want to make all my products. Like, there's ways. You just buy the products. Like,
Oh, what's the idea?
I want to see if I'm a psychologist. I'm how much money.
3 minutes remaining until it's processed.
How many?
3 minutes.
Oh, I thought you said 90.
Oh no.
Yeah, I live in Colorado. I have my own little like vineyard one.
That would be sick. Yeah.
I went to Colorado.
Huh?
I went to Colorado.
I've never been. I won't go.
When we're going to Pita Pit, I'm going to tell you guys about my trip to Colorado. Ben knows about it. Jose,
Yes, are you going to Pita Pit?
in just a brief moment after this video is ready, I am very excited that you are letting me get this certificate off the camera, and I'm going to tell you that I appreciate it,
Of course.
because it's awesome.
Is it?
Yes, and I also am going to take pictures with it.
Hooray.
This is the best thing. I should get one of these.
Alright, there's our drum. Let's go fill it up with lava. But I had another bucket for some reason. I guess I don't.
But it was so cool because now I can.
So let's go ahead and take a trip over to this excellent little lava lake.
So I just need a team. So I hung out with like Ollie and Ron. And then we put it through the instrument. And what they did was we had a lot of time to think and why we just like thought through. Or something like, you know what I'm talking about? If your birthday's in and
Yeah.
there'd be a whole bunch of people. One person is really, they're like, okay, this ain't season. Because I had one to leave, and so nobody else put me in the center between, and it really.
How do you just do that in thought?
Now I do like the routine.
Oh, okay.
44 buckets. So this drum can actually hold 256 buckets of lava. Oh no.
That's awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
Thanks. I have been having. And then when I was at a dance, I noticed that one of my best friends, Andrew, the girl that's taking me, and she works with a whole bunch
Link for you, Jose.
Cool
Leave
beans.
the channel and I'll be right back.
Okay.
User left your channel.
So, yeah, sorry, this was a pretty boring process here. It's just something that needed to be done, because I will need this lava going forward here for the smeltery. Because I don't think I'll need this much, but I'm just going to go and keep the drum around. You never know when you'll need lava, and I kind of thought that this would be fun to empty out this lake, and it was. I will admit this was actually really fun for me. I'm sure watching you, or having you guys watch this wasn't quite as fun as actually doing it, but it was fun to do. Because now this entire lava lake is dry. And this has 82 buckets worth of lava. And that was pretty painless to do, really. And so now that's gone, and wait, what was that red block? I guess the red block is this one, yeah. So now that that's taken care of, we'll have a source of lava for our smeltery, and we'll probably just leave this drum sitting over here with the smeltery in my house anyways. And while we were gone, more iron smelted, and so did these seared bricks. And we're going to need all of these. So we're going to make 4 blocks of iron, and I need some wood here. We'll just go ahead and grab the spruce wood, why not? We're going to need a workbench. Do I have a chest? Yes, I do. We needed a workbench, a chest, and a plank and a log. I think I've got everything I need. Yeah, I think so. We're going to make some blank patterns. That'll be plenty, 28 of them there. And so we will make a tool station, a pattern chest, a stencil table, and a part builder. And we'll still have 24 blank patterns left, which will be good. And we will take 3 seared bricks, 4 blocks of iron, or any metal block like manulin, copper, tin, aluminum, brass, gold, diamond, emerald, not redstone and not lapis. But, you know, most of these blocks can be used for a tool forge, which is basically a the tool station that I made in the beginning, except it is a advanced version that has a few more tools available for it. So we'll go ahead and get started. I forgot to bring a little bit of glass. I only need about 5 blocks, but it's something that I will still need. Let's see. 5 blocks of glass? Yeah, perfect. And we will just do that. And that got us a book called Mighty Smelting, which we might look into, but I probably won't need it, honestly. Normally or people would use this book for helping them craft, but I actually know most of the recipes by memory. So yeah. So I decided when building this that I didn't want it here or here, but that I wanted it here. So the smeltery is going to be right here. And I had to put these here because I couldn't remember where I had decided. But the smeltery is going to kind of go here, and
Oh, Jose, I'm back.
welcome back.
I'm very
And
irritated. I have to delete the video.
why?
Did you see it?
No?
Okay. You'll have to see it later.
What's wrong with it?
For some, I put a song in the background. For some reason, iMovie extended out the entire video and posted it with the entire length of the song. So the video ends about halfway through, and then the music just keeps going for those 6 minutes.
Oh yeah, I've had that happen before. You have to trim the audio.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that again. So, but I'll post it when I get back.
Okay,
So I'll be back later, Jose.
alrighty.
Oh yeah, we'll do it after.
User disconnected from your channel.
So I'm going to need a smeltery drain, a smeltery faucet, and a smeltery controller. And we will just go ahead and land this out just a little bit. So I think that I should put 2 smelter drains, actually. Cool beans. So the controller is going to go, not there. Controller is going to go here, and this is going to be a 1-slot smeltery. That's nothing. That's really like a tiny little smeltery. But we can extend this upward, which is my plan. This is where the lava comes in, by the way. So, of course, by doing the second layer, it's not 2 slots. And this will go all the way up to the ceiling. And we'll go and make a few more. I don't have a whole lot left. Whoops. Good. Well, it'll be fine. We'll put that there. And I actually wanted this to go even further than this, but it's all we've got. So now we have a decent-sized little smeltery here. It still isn't the biggest size that it could be, of course, but I didn't want it to be a massive width. I wanted it to be kind of small and thin. So this is a decent size for me, in my opinion, and I think it'll be a good size in the end. And so now we'll just grab some of our handy-dandy lava and put it in the seared glass that we created here, and that should show up here. Perfect. And so, pardon the dogs in the background. I'll put a stencil table, pattern chest in the corner, part builder should go here. And then we'll put a tool forge here. Here, I like that better. And so to the left here, you can see that there's now all sorts of little buttons that we can press on to get custom pages for tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of different tools. So this is only the beginning. We will go ahead and get our tools started here by putting our blank patterns into the stencil table, and we'll just click on the stencil that we want. So for the time being, I only want to make some simple tools, so we'll make a pickaxe head, a shovel head, an axe head, and a sword blade. And I will also need to pick a type of sword handle. I could do a crossbar for a rapier, a handguard for a longsword, or a wide guard for a broadsword, which is what I'm going to go with. And we'll also need a tool rod pattern and a tool binding pattern for the pickaxe. Now that we've got these, we'll just go ahead and throw them all in here, and they will show up here in the part builder, or here in the pattern chest as well. So let me come back over here, grab a few materials I'm going to need to get some tools started, and we will make some Tinker's Construct tools pretty momentarily. Let's see, did I have anything left in these guys? No, good, good. So we'll go ahead and put all of this stuff in here, and I don't need you with me anymore. Actually, I need about that much of you. Leave all of this stuff in here. I'll bring that with me too, why not? And so, I will need... We'll make about that much. That should be plenty. This is going to make... We'll combine the aluminum ore and the copper ore in a 3-to-1 ratio to make aluminum brass, which is kind of comparable to gold, but not always. It's pretty close, though. So aluminum has a lower melting point than gold does, or rather than copper does. So the aluminum is going to melt down into molten aluminum much quicker than the copper will. So there's that if you weren't familiar with the mechanics of Tinker's Construct. Hopefully you were, though. And if you weren't, then there you have it. So while we wait on this, I'm going to go ahead and kind of plan out what kind of tools I want to make, because I do want to make... like I said, I'm going to make a pickaxe, a shovel, and a sword, and probably an axe, and maybe a few other materials as well. Actually, I might go ahead and make a hammer. But I need to go ahead and plan out which metals I'm going to want to burn down so that I can make these tools. So, if we come over here, we'll do a little bit of comparison. Where is my... There we go, Materials, New Volume 2. Let me see, I believe bronze is actually better than iron. I don't remember. Bronze has a durability of 550, mining speed of 8, full tool of 750, 550 and 8. There's iron. 250 and 6. Yeah, bronze is actually substantially better. So we will go with bronze, which is an alloy mixture of 3 copper to 1 tin. And I'm going to make plenty of it. You know what? I'll actually make... Yeah, we'll make plenty of it because I'm going to want quite a bit. And so this will be a pretty efficient method of getting some bronze for some nice tools. For the handle, though, I'm going to make my handles out of slime, blue slime, because blue slime is slightly more efficient as far as your total tool durability goes. So I'm going to go and plant another slimy sapling down here and see if I can get some more blue slime, because in the end I think I do want a little bit more than that. This is only going to get me 1 slimy mud. I think I wanted a little more. So we'll come back over here to the smeltery, and at this point I believe we should have created some aluminum brass. Plenty of it, in fact. Yep, 24 ingots of aluminum brass. We'll go and make plenty of bronze now. But what I'm going to use this aluminum brass for is if I come over here to the tools station, or rather the part builder, we'll go and start doing that, making parts. We're going to make some stone parts, which are actually pretty awful. You never really want to use stone tools. In fact, you don't want to use many of the beginning early tier tools in Tinkers as far as like for long term. Of course, you got to start somewhere, and some people really do enjoy starting off with Tinker's Construct without making any sort of vanilla style tool like these. I usually do, but I just did this time on this server. I didn't necessarily feel like going through all that hassle, so I just went ahead and just stuck with your standard set of normal tools, and I figured I'd get around to making some Tinker's tools later. So now is later, and we will go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and just line these up in my inventory. We'll put one of the stone ones down and dump some aluminum brass over it. And you can see this tin's already ready. And this gets us, what's that? Ah, yes, a blade cast. Perfect. And that will do the same thing for every other piece. And I also want to come over here and grab either seared brick or an ingot of some sort. I think I've got a seared brick. Yeah, that's perfect. You won't lose anything by using this. You know, you notice I kept the stone sword blade. You'll keep all of the parts that you used to make these molds. But we're gonna go ahead and make a mold. Why doesn't this work? Oh, yeah, there we go. Whatever here is on the bottom is the material that is ready to get poured out of the faucet. So sometimes it'll get rearranged. You can just right click on the liquid you want to be on the bottom, and it will move it to the bottom, and then you can begin your crafting from that point on. So, you know, I'll just go ahead and make green slime. Go ahead and make green slime dirt here. And that's going to be the same way. It's just some dirt, sand, and 4 slime balls. And this will get you slimy mud. And I'm going to use that for some of my other tools as well. So, coming back over here, we should now have our ingot cast, like I was talking about earlier. We'll just go and get that out of the way and start working on these other parts. And we'll go ahead and fill these all up, and this will get us a handful of our tool casts that we're going to need. So once you're done, I'm just going to leave these over here in this corner and let them despawn. I don't have any use for those. But I did realize that I didn't make necessarily all of the tool patterns that I want. I'll make a hammerhead pattern, an excavator head pattern, a broad axe head pattern, and a plate, as well as a tough binding and a tough tool rod. Now these will require more of your materials to create anything with them. So before it was using, like, you know, a piece of cobblestone or half of a piece of cobblestone and leaving a shard behind. But these will take up more because they're for some of the more advanced tools. So like this will use 3 cobblestone, and this will use a whopping 8. Now that doesn't go for just cobblestone. If I made a metal version out of these, it'll use that much metal as well. Which is fine. I mean, that's kind of to be expected because these, like I said, are sort of the higher tier tools that we're going to be going with. And they serve some really incredible purposes. Go ahead and move that where it belongs. And we'll go ahead and start getting these last 7 pieces. And that'll leave us with some leftover aluminum brass because each one of these uses a single ingot's worth of aluminum brass. Whoops, didn't want to do that. You can actually pour aluminum brass out into a blank cast, which doesn't really serve a lot of good. It has a few recipes you can use it for here for Tinker's Mechworks, but not a lot as far as Tinker's Construct itself goes. So I'm going to finish this up because I want to make some nice super tools. These are not going to be nearly end game, but it'll be something to help me do some mining between this episode and next because there's going to be, pardon me, there's going to be a lot of work that needs to be done. So we'll go ahead and put these ingot casts and stuff over here into this chest as well. And I should have a few extra ingots left. I have 9 ingots left of aluminum brass, so we'll pour it out into the basin on the left, and this will make a block of aluminum brass. I also have an extra ingot from the blank cast we just melted, so this will turn out to be 10 ingots worth of aluminum brass, and we will have none left over. Perfect. So, at this point, we will just keep these around just in case we ever do need them. But now we have all this bronze available, and I realize now that I actually need a few things back from the house again. And I might actually need some more bronze, too, come to think of it. So we'll grab everything I need for that. Now, each time you put a ore block inside of your smeltery, you actually get 2 ingots worth of molten metal. So it does duplicate at a 100% rate. No random chance there. It does duplicate everything that you will want when doing that. So I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to grab a few other things that I am going to need to make these tools that I want to make. I want a, let me see, over here I should have, I want emerald. I'm going to go and grab what I have here as far as my lapis goes, and my redstone. I suppose that should be plenty. I've got a diamond, an emerald. I'm going to want my thaumium. I have, actually, you know what? I'm going to save my thaumium. I'll use that for a different thing later. You can actually make tool parts out of thaumium. We're going to grab these sugar canes, though, and make paper. I'll leave a few behind so that I can make stuff later, and I think that's going to be pretty much all I need. So let's come over here and get started on our tool creation, because it is about time that we do this. I will go ahead and grab a bite to eat. So the first tool I want to work on is a pickaxe. So my choice of materials here is going to be as follows. There we go. Bronze, pickaxe head. Coming over here to the part builder, I will take a tool rod pattern and make it out of blue slime. And then I will also take a piece of paper and make my tool binding pattern out of paper. Now, an explanation on this: the tool head is where a lot of the durability and a lot of the usefulness comes out. So this tool head is actually going to have 550 durability as a base. And then this slime rod has a 2 times modifier. So instead of having 550 durability in the end, this is going to have 1100 durability in the end. And then the paper binding, or the binding piece here, as well as the sort of handguard on your tools here, on your weapons here rather, that part makes no difference as far as the durability goes, but it does allow you to have whatever special effect said part has. So paper has a effect trait of writable, which means it gives you an extra modifier because the amount of modifiers you have on a tool is limited, but it's how you upgrade these tools dynamically. So having an extra modifier is going to be very handy. So once we put this in here, you can see we have our pickaxe here, and we can name it if we wanted to up here. I'm just going to go ahead and name this Tier 1 Tunneler. There we go. Yep. You know what? I have a good one. This is a reference that Copy Girl, my friend, did, and I liked it. I thought it was funny. Wild True Dig. It's a kind of code reference. Basically, is infinitely dig. So 1100 durability and 16 is the mining speed, which is pretty quick. 4 modifiers remaining, and it will have our name on here that we made, Wild True Dig. Go ahead and create it. Boom. And so now, you know what? It's actually kind of a good time to take a nap before monsters start spawning, because the monsters are pretty, yeah, as you can see, there's already a zombie over there. They're pretty relentless. I'm kind of curious as to why every time I get out of bed here, I get out in the glass, but it doesn't matter. So we'll come over here with Wild True Dig, and come over here again to... Actually, let me see. Don't I have a crafting table back here? I should move this. Oh yeah, that was that. Oh, not where I wanted you. Perfect, there we go. So I will go ahead and make a whole bunch of lapis blocks here. 37, that's actually really great. And what I can do is with the crafting station, I can put the pickaxe right here in the middle and add modifiers just by surrounding it with the blocks that I wanted it to have, or the item. So lapis on a tool will give you fortune. As you can see, we're actually working our way up to fortune 2 now. And that's what this pickaxe now has, fortune 2. Pretty cool. We'll also throw a diamond on there, and now it can mine obsidian. Before it could only mine redstone. So you can see that it will now be able to mine. The mining level here is obsidian. You see how before it said redstone. And the mining speed is about the same, but plus 500 durability has been added as well, so that now the effective durability moves from, and the effective durability is basically the durability after some of the other calculations of the other tool trait, like reinforced, are added in. So the effective durability moves from 1222 to 1777, and the base durability moves from 1100 to 1600. So it's plus 500 durability, which is pretty cool. We'll be using bronze to repair this pickaxe once it breaks, but I don't see that it's going to break anytime soon. Additionally, you know, this is going to be a nice little tool to use, so that has two of our modifiers taken out, leaves us with 2 remaining, and I can use an emerald to add plus 50% durability, which moves it from 1600 to now 2400. And at this point, I think we're pretty ridiculously overpowered, and I could have done that in here. I just didn't think about that. But there's one last thing we can do, and we can add some redstone to it. And with the redstone, this is going to get us some more speed. And so at this point, we're going to end up with a ridiculously quick pickaxe with a effective durability of 2,666. So we're well beyond that of normal diamond. And it mines pretty nicely. I am experiencing a little bit of frame rate lag here. I think my memory usage is starting to... No, it's not that bad. Who knows? There's a few things that kind of still go on. Or they're a little bit weird. So I'm going to cut the recording real quick, relaunch my game, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, we are back. Excuse me. So, since my return, haven't done anything at all, but you can see the game might be a little bit better. We'll see. So, now that we have our optimal pickaxe here, it is actually going to be pretty sweet. You know what? I just realized it was nighttime again. Needs to go in the second slot. We've got our super fancy pickaxe here. We'll go and work on a pretty decent sword and a nice little shovel with silk touch, which is going to be my solution for the sheep farm. I'll just silk touch some grass and bring it over, because you can add a silk touch modifier. And that is going to involve a silky gem, which is going to be 4 silky cloth. So I need 32 string. And hang on just a minute. I think, oh no, I don't know what it is. So 32 string I do have. And how many nuggets do I have? I don't have quite enough. We will use aluminum brass nuggets here, and we will go ahead and make bam, 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 4 silky cloth, and then make an emerald, or grab an emerald rather. And we will make our silky jewel, which will be, like I said, a method for getting silk touch. So, at this point, we will go ahead and grab our shovel. And I will do the same thing for a sword. And give me just a minute here. Odd. So we will go ahead and get everything taken care of with our new sword. We will make a tool rod. I want to make this tool rod out of blue slime, but I'm going to need another one. In fact, I'll need 2 more, one for the axe and one for the shovel. We'll make them out of green slime because, like I said, I didn't have quite enough. Now you'll notice let me see here. Handle modifier is 1.5x on green slime. And it's the only reason why I'm choosing that for the shovel, because it's kind of the lesser of the two. Now we'll go ahead and make the, if you recall, we need the let me see here where it is, the wide guard pattern. We'll make it out of paper as well, like I said, because that part doesn't actually make any effect on the durability. So we should end up with, once again, a 1320, which isn't bad. It's 1320 durability with a +6 attack damage, which isn't great, but it's not bad. And the sort of star of the show here that we're going to go with is a nice bronze shovel with 825 durability. But if I come over here and just add a silky jewel, you'll notice first of all that the mining speed goes from 16 down to 10, but that is because you're sticking basically butter to the end of it, essentially. But now we have silk touch on a shovel, which will be pretty fantastic actually. So we'll come over here and test it out on some grass because that is precisely what I made it for. And let's see if bringing down that render distance helps. And also, you know, I can't imagine that anisotropic filtering and bitmap levels really matter. So, I do apologize for the current, there we go, freeze. That should help a little bit. Maybe not. Something's going on. Things were working just fine until just a minute ago. I'll investigate what the issue is here. Maybe. Because I've checked on my hard drive and my hard drive isn't filling up, so I don't know what it is. It could just be temperatures. We'll go ahead and grab several pieces of grass here, since we can, and I would like some. I'll just use my bucket here to sort of fill in some water. And I'll just start grabbing, I'm going to need about 25, maybe 30 pieces of grass. But you can see this shovel mines pretty quickly. Oh, I found one of the factorization manuals. I'll take that. I do need it after all, and we'll just put you there. Go ahead and grab what I can here. Perfect. Cool beans. So now that we have normal grass, we can hopefully get our sheep growing their wool back, and that will probably be where I go ahead and cut this episode because it has gotten pretty long. So you've seen the sort of tool creation process with Tinker's Construct. I'm going to follow that exact same process to make a hammer, and I'm going to go mining between this episode and next and get myself plenty of resources. So that way I can, get some more stuff going. I'm going to put plenty of grass around the border here because I want to make sure if the sheep eat it that they don't eat all of it. Because that'd be pretty annoying. And so once these sheep eat all this grass up and I get more cyan wool, I will, oh man, I painfully underestimated how much I needed here. Oh man. Well, you know what, that's okay. So, like I said, I do apologize for this episode running really long, especially with the time lapse I'm going to stick in here with, with some of the cool footage of when I went through and dug out that farm over there, which, wasn't really a great big farm, but it was something. And I'll stick that in there just so that you guys do have the ability to see sort of what I was working on while I was gone between episodes. And hopefully now these sheep will be happy. We'll morph into a bat to get out, and then morph back into me. And hopefully you guys will start to eat. Eventually. So I'll go ahead and do some mining between this episode and next, get some more stuff going, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.